Hey everybody, welcome to today's weekly Success Builder. Apologize, I'm letting folks in. Thank you very much for joining me today. This is going to be the last weekly Success Builder for 2025. Starting with the January 5th, 2026, I'm going to transition this from a meeting to a webinar within Zoom. Webinars can send out more frequent meeting notifications or webinar notifications. It also enables me to be able to email everybody a link with the recording so that you can access it post-event. So I just think that that's going to be a better platform for us than continuing these calls through the meeting function of Zoom. So hopefully everybody will continue to participate and join into 2026 and beyond. Before I start with today's call, as always, if anybody ever has any suggestions of speakers or topics for these weekly calls, please feel free to email me at either Valsaun, VALSAUN at NAMB.org or just NAMB at NAMB.org. I'll get the email either way, and definitely want to make sure that these calls are beneficial for yourself and everybody else in the future. So what I thought I would do for the last weekly Success Builder for 2025 is kind of give everyone a sort of a wrap up of NAM in 2025 and what you can look forward to from our organization in 2026. So I am going to share my screen. Oh gosh, hold on. Let me fix that. All right. All right, let's try this again. Okay, so this is kind of just a year-end review and an outlook to what to 2026 within the organization. So NAM, we are the leading national trade association for this industry, the mortgage broker community. We are a volunteer-led and member-driven association with currently more than 56,000 members. We do have 16 state affiliates and also 7 affiliated associations, meaning like-minded organizations that NAM actively works with on a variety of topics and causes. We did update our mission statement this year. So our mission statement is NAM serves as the voice of the mortgage industry, providing advocacy, education, and representation for mortgage professionals and the communities they serve. Our vision statement continues empowering the success of its members. Everything NAM does is for the benefit of our members and the mortgage broker community as a whole. So if you have any recommendations, suggestions, not just for Weekly Success Builder, but anything you think NAM should be working on, please by all means share the information. Any of our strategic sponsorships we develop, we're always looking to add add more sponsors with a focus of providing discounts or value to our members. So, every day we're working on something to benefit the membership and the community. So, for those of you that aren't aware, NAM does operate under 4 key pillars: legislative advocacy, member representation, communication and events, and education. And I'm just going to give you a sort of an end-of-year wrap-up on each of those topics. So starting with legislative advocacy, this was the start of the 53rd year that NAM has actively lobbied in Washington, D.C. on behalf of our members and our industry, because we were founded in 1973, birthdays back in August. We did initiate 10 different calls to action over the past 12 months. with almost 16,000 or over 16,900 actions taken through our Legislative Action Center. Also, NAM did play a pivotal role in successfully passing trigger leads legislation in 2025. Be on the lookout for more information from NAM as we transition into the start date of that trigger leads legislation, which is March 5th, 2026. As far as member representation goes, we do provide member benefits, whether that's through education, networking, savings on products and services. These are some photos from our recent NAM National Conference in Las Vegas. As I mentioned earlier, we do have 56,000 plus members, and we added over 1,000 new professional and associate members in 2025. We also have a higher than industry standard member retention rate with 68%. We also did add monthly and quarterly payment features to our membership. So whether you want to pay as low as $14.99 a month, or you're looking for the annual rate, there are a variety of ways to join and participate and be part of the NAM community. Next key pillar is communication. So we did this year have 1.2 million visitors to our website, which is namb.org, over the last 12 months. We also had 1.6 million page views, which included 176,500 visits to our membership directory alone. If you are a member of the National Association of Mortgage Brokers, you do get your own member profile that does display on the directory. Any consumer, fellow mortgage broker that's looking for somebody in a particular city or state can go to that directory and search by either of those key search words. Also, if you have one of our education certifications, we do also give our members the ability to display their certifications there as well. So many times people are looking for individuals who have gone above and beyond on a certain niche product, for example, maybe FHA or VA. And so they're looking for people that have additional education or certification on those topics. If you're one of the members that has one of those education certifications, that does display on your member profile. We also have 4 social channels: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X, that have over 17,800 followers. We also launched NAM Hive in 2025, where our weekly Success Builder calls are posted. NAM Hive is a private online community of, as of today, 700 plus mortgage professionals who are united on a mission to really connect, collaborate, and grow together. It is a free space where professionals can exchange insights. You can access all of the expert-led webinars and training. Also, you can tap into some real-time resources that drive business success. It is made up of a variety of discussion boards that allow our members to communicate on topics such as marketing or business building, AI tools, and a whole lot more. Also, in our classroom section, that includes links to all of our past webinars, all of our past weekly Success Builder sessions. We also have an AI hub, as well as a Broker Business Academy that has postings, links to broker focused podcasts, and of course, all of our NAM Inspire sessions. That is our women focus group. Some of our events that we held in 2025. So we have had NAM Focus, which is in Orlando every year in January, that had over 750 attendees. NAM National this year, which is always at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, typically during the month of October, had over 3,000 attendees this year. And then we had a very robust legislative and regulatory conference in April of this year, with speakers that included Representative Rose, Representative Torres, both who championed the Trigger Leads bill on the House side, Senator Reed, who championed the Trigger Leads bill on the Senate side, as well as Representative Flood and Representative Cleaver. to House members that are chair or ranking members of key committees. Also education. We do provide our mortgage professionals with education opportunities through either rigorous certification programs that do recognize our members with the highest levels of professional knowledge and education. Webinars is another key piece of our education. This year we hosted 45 webinars that had 23,400 registrants. Okay, so what does 2026 look like? I've just gone over a very exciting 2025. Let's look forward to see what we have in 2026. So our first conference coming up is January 14th to the 17th, once again in Orlando. It is NAM Focus. This conference really is our premier event with a focus in particular in elevating professional development. Elevate is the theme of this year's conference, and I'll go over a little bit more why Elevate is the theme. And then NAM National 2026 is October 16th to the 19th, once again at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. Our theme this year is Journey Further, Achieve More, with a focus on showcasing innovation, thought leadership, and strategic advancement opportunities for the mortgage broker community. Under professional development and mentoring, we are officially rolling out to our mentees the Elevate Mentoring Program. This is going to be a cornerstone professional development initiative that focuses on connecting emerging brokers with experienced industry leaders, helping them accelerate in career advancement. It does have structured mentorship pathways that really builds an organizational culture and then strengthen relationships across the NAM membership. If you if you're not familiar with the Elevate Mentoring Program, you can go to namelevate.com, look at the 7 different tracks that we have. Starting, I believe it's January 1, we're going to roll out taking in mentees paired up with our mentors. And by the way, Elevate is a completely free mentoring program. It will use a system called UpNotch to sort of, hold accountability for the mentors as well as the mentees in a way to communicate as well. We're also revamping our marketing strategy with a digital transformation. So we're going to establish a revitalized marketing team. They are equipped to execute a multi-channel content strategy. With a more focus on a digital transformation, we are discontinuing the monthly digital magazine called NAM Magazine, and we're going to reallocate those resources to higher impact content channels. We will still have our show guides at NAM Focus and NAM National, but as far as the monthly magazine, we will no longer have that. So since we're transitioning away from the digital magazine, we're going to have a focus on more blog and video content. Those are really going to be our primary vehicles for thought leadership, education, and member engagement. We're also going to develop a robust video content library that's going to have industry insights, expert interviews, educational tutorials, as well as member spotlights. Once again, if you're a member and you would like to be spotlighted as part of that video content library, please feel free to email me either at valson at namb.org or namb@namb.org. We're also going to expand our social media presence with a strategic platform-specific content that's really aligned to audience demographics and behaviors. So how are we going to do that? We're going to launch some partner social media takeovers on Instagram that is going to showcase our partners' diverse voices, highlight these member companies, and really strengthen industry relationships. We are also going to launch our TikTok platform. This content is really going to be tailored to young professionals entering the mortgage industry. It's going to feature career insights, industry trends, and then, of course, relatable professional moments. We're going to transition our X or Twitter platform to a dedicated legislative advocacy platform. That's really going to position NAM as the go-to source for regulatory updates, legislative developments, and industry policy analysis. Many of you who do look for information from the FHFA may or may not be aware that FHFA Director Pulte really has his sole source of communication from his X account. So taking that into consideration, we're going to transition that platform to a more dedicated legislative advocacy platform. And then we're going to create consistent cross-platform messaging that's going to really reinforce our brand and then optimize the content for each of our channels' unique audience and format. And what does that mean? Well, we'll have different themes of each month, kind of similar to what we had with the digital magazine, but this is going to be across all platforms messaging. And then we're going to launch a comprehensive learning management system, or LMS. This is going to enable us to centralize our professional education and make our training accessible on demand. We are aware, because we are all practitioners in this industry, that time is a precious commodity. And we know that maybe you just need some small micro dosing of education. We're going to implement that within the LMS. So it's going to have maybe brief 15-minute micro doses that's going to deliver focused, digestible learning modules that are really designed for all of us busy professionals. Maybe you just want to get some information on properly pre-qualifying a borrower, or how to properly fill out a 1003, or on Tidewater for VA. Well, you can go to this LMS and get those little micro dosing pieces of educational content to help you get more information and improve yourself and those within your company for those little pieces that help make us successful mortgage professionals. We're also going to offer flexible bite-sized courses that really fit into practitioners' workflows and kind of allow for continuous skill development without having overwhelming time commitments. What does this mean? It means more self-paced content. You can go into the LMS, get that piece of information, do some quiz reinforcement, maybe gather everything that you want and do it as you will. If you have an hour on a Thursday evening, well, you can log in and get the information. So that really gives an overview of what NAM has worked on for 2025 and what we look forward to working on in 2026. I greatly appreciate everybody who has consistently tuned in to the weekly Success Builder calls, whether that's joining live during the call or watching it post-call through our recording links that are available on the weekly Success Builder. As I mentioned, this will be the last weekly Success Builder call for 2025. Our next call will be January 5th, 2026. And yeah, thank you, Trey. I do also wish all of these resources were available when I first got licensed. Would have made the transition much easier, but hopefully it will help reinforce things for current professionals and help those as we grow our businesses and add more new licensees. But this is the weekly success meetings are going to transition to webinars effective with the January 5th meeting or webinar. This will enable more frequent reminders of the calls. It'll enable us to send out links to the recordings directly to you from Zoom, and just sort of improve and enhance what we're delivering. So from or on behalf of the National Association of Mortgage Brokers, we greatly appreciate your support. Please go to NAM Hive and check out all of the resources I mentioned as part of this call. And I hope everybody has a wonderful end to 2025 and a prosperous 2026. So please go out and make not just this week a success, but the rest of this month and all the way into and throughout 2026. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your week.